Hello again, everybody. It's Eric with Better Every Shave. Today, I'm back with another razor review and shave. This time I have the SimpleCleanShave SCS Model A. This is a 3-piece aluminum and stainless steel razor. It is made by an Etsy seller. I'm not sure what the right term is for a razor maker. Does that sound about right? Maybe a maker, manufacturer, machinist. Anyway, this is handmade by one person, and he sells them on Etsy. And I happened to just find this one day when I was looking at it on Etsy for other things, and decided to give it a try. Let's take a look at the page and look at some of the details. So, safety razor made in the USA, completely original design, the SCS Model A. So it's handmade, anodized, aluminum, 6061 aluminum, stainless steel, 100% designed, manufactured, and assembled in the USA by me personally. Obviously not me, the person that made it. A completely new design from the ground up. The intent for this design was to make an affordable, high quality, made in the USA safety razor. This was accomplished by a hybrid design that utilizes stainless steel inserts while maintaining manufacturability. This simple combination allows for quality and affordability while being made in the USA. Handle length is 3.5 inches. The blade length is blade angle is 30 degrees. Exposure is negative, engineered to rely on the flexibility of the skin for a quality daily shave. Thick hard coat anodized coating. It's much thicker than typical cosmetic anodize. All aluminum parts are individually CNC machined from solid billets of 6061 aluminum. 18/8 stainless pins connect the blade for reliable alignment. Both the threads in the top and the handle are 18/8 stainless steel for corrosion resistance and longevity. Made in the USA and engraved on the base. And then a little more about him. For the past 20 years, he's been professionally machining parts for industries like aerospace, medical, and university-based research and development. While becoming an engineer, he learned to truly enjoy the problem-solving process. His razors are handmade, labor of love that have been tested and are an improvement to other designs that he's used on his own face. Each part is made start to finish by him from his own design, and everything is quality checked and assembled to make sure you receive the highest quality American products. So some points to pick up on there, and I'm going to show this in the top down, but the idea that there are these stainless pins and then the stainless threads. That's nice because that's a strong, adds a lot of strength in those points, and those are actually generally where razors are going to fail, are at the threads. And also those pins, in terms of blade alignment, really work well, and I'll show in installing a blade or loading a blade as part of the top down, which let's go ahead and cut to that now. All right, so here we go, looking at top down on the razor here, and like I said, this is a 3-piece. I put the little nylon washer on there, not strictly necessary, but I like to keep those on my 3-piece razors. And here we go. So you can see that this handle has these deep grooves, as well as this circular groove out of the center. So there's lots to hold on to. Your fingers sort of naturally fall in there, and if you do reach up a little further, you've got those nice deep lines in there to grip. The blade posts are actually on the base plate, and so you see here that they're rounded posts, and they fit through the top cap. So it makes it so that putting a blade on really is very straightforward, secure, and really only one way to do it. I might as well go ahead and show loading a blade since I have it here. So you would set this on the base plate, and it fits, very snugly. Insert the top cap through, and it does bend the blade quite a bit, which is good. So it's holding it pretty tightly. So whenever you tighten it down, those posts, those posts come through, and the blade alignment is absolutely perfect on both sides. It makes it so it's kind of impossible to not have it be perfect. And there you go. So let's go ahead and weigh and measure this. All right, so in grams, 39.6 grams. In ounces, 1.396 ounces. So yeah, it's definitely a lightweight, but I've come to appreciate lightweight razors. I actually don't mind a lightweight razor, especially whenever it shaves as well as this one does. I really just don't find it to be a problem. All right, so they mentioned that the handle length is 3.5 inches. And all together then with the head, we're looking at 3 3/4. Yeah, I'll say 3 3/4, or yeah, about 95, 96 millimeters. So nice size. Like I said, your fingers really hit right in the middle there. At least mine do, and then my pinky would rest on the bottom there, and it's a fairly low profile head, so easy to get in corners, and there is no overhang, but there is a little divot. You can see that there. Yeah, so there is a place to hold whenever you pinch your fingers. Even if it were a little bit wet, you'd still be able to hold this and tighten it down if you needed to, but there is no blade sticking out of the end there, so that's nice. All right, let's go ahead and get to the shave. All right, time for the shave. Here's the SCS Model A from SimpleCleanShave, loaded up with the Tatra Platinum. I'm going to try the Stirling Gentleman today. I have both the sample puck as well as the aftershave. I'm using the Jayaruh 347 Boar knot. And I've mostly been doing bowl lathers lately, but I decided on this one to go ahead and go for a face lather. So I'm just going to load up the brush nice and heavy. And I'm using the Vanderhagen shave butter. Oh, yep, forgot something there. So I had been, when I started wet shaving last year, I had been exclusively face lathering. One, because I didn't really know how to bowl lather at that point. Not that you need a special bowl or anything, but I had been using a couple bowls from the house and just couldn't quite seem to get, I don't know, I wasn't doing it right. And I was just enjoying the face lathers more. But as I've started to bowl lather more, I like being able to control the amount of soap, the amount of hydration, and have just, in general, had better shaves because of it. But I just figured, let's go ahead and try for a face lather and see how it goes. This is definitely a lightweight razor. It is, let's say, about the same weight as a Henson, right around that same weight. It's comfortable to hold. The anodized coating does help with being grippy, and also the shape of the handle itself lends to not being slippery. It feels mild, but it is efficient, so it does take off a decent amount. But as with anything with wet shaving, we're not trying to remove all of the hair in one go. It's more of a subtractive process. I found this razor. I was really just browsing Etsy. There are some sellers on there that have some nice vintage gear. There are some soap makers. There are 3D printers that are making interesting shaving accessories. There's all kinds of interesting stuff on Etsy. So if you haven't ever taken the time to look, there's a bunch of stuff there that's worth at least looking at, not necessarily buying, but at least getting an idea of what's out there. So I happened upon this, and I can't even remember if I was searching for something along these lines or what it was. But when I saw this come up, and for the price that it was for being a handmade USA razor, made in the USA razor, I liked the idea that it was aluminum, but then also had the stainless steel pins as well as the threads on the handle and the top cap. So I felt like it was going to be a well-made razor, and I had no idea how I was going to shave. I really was just taking a chance on it, and have been really pleased with it. So what you're seeing here is my first shave, and this was probably a week ago, maybe even a little longer. I'm a little behind on my videos, but I have used it twice now, and both times I've enjoyed it very much. It's the same basic principle as the Henson, as the Winning Razor, as a few other razors that I have that are effectively mild shavers where you don't feel much of the blade. You do hear feedback, but you don't really feel much of the blade. But it still is efficient. So it does take off a lot of hair. It gets close. So I've had some razors that were very mild and just not efficient, or at least not as efficient as you'd want them to be, regardless of whether they had a sharper blade in them or not. They just are mild by nature, and you aren't going to get a super close shave. And I'm generally looking for a very close shave, and so I wasn't happy with those razors. I actually just left a comment for Fred Shaves, one of the guys I follow on YouTube, and he just got a blue tip, and it's the Gillette Super Speed blue tip, and they're very pretty razors. They're very interesting razors. They had aluminum handles back then, which was sort of an interesting thing. But it's such a mild razor, and I tried it maybe 4 or 5 times with different blades, and it just was, I could never get a particularly close shave. It was a comfortable shave, but I found that within 12 hours or so, I would feel a lot of stubble again. And I guess I'm just more or less used to single edge blades, single edge razors at this point, where when I shave with those, I will get a very durable shave, meaning that it will last for a full 24 hours or more before I feel stubble. And so those milder razors just can't quite come close to that level of efficiency. And so I ended up getting rid of that blue tip and a couple others that I've had that were like that. But this razor, the SCS-Model A, as well as the Henson, I have the AL13 medium and the Winning Razor. I would say sort of all of those are the style of razor where they feel mild, but they're very efficient, and you still can get a very nice close shave. So both times that I've shaved with the SCS here, I have gotten close shaves that have lasted for an entire day, an entire 24 hours. So that's a good sign for me. And I believe I had very little irritation. We're going to have to see towards the end of the shave here, when I check with the alum stick, if I had any irritation. I don't believe I had any nicks or irritation on this first shave. So anyway, I love the idea that there are...
I'm going to do a quick pick.
I love the idea that there are individual craftsmen out there, people who can manufacture their own razors, have the equipment, have the know-how to be able to do this. If this, Bob, the owner or maker of this razor, he's obviously got the background to do this, and he starts with a solid billet of aluminum, and then is able to trim it down, and that's machining is a really cool art. And I do say art because I think there's a lot of art that goes into it. There's a lot of precision, but it's a lot like sculpting to me when you can look at a block of something and say I see something in there. And I think that's that type of sculpting, machinists have a little bit of that in their nature. But yeah, I'm really glad to have found this. I'm really glad to be able to support an individual that is making equipment like this. Another person that comes to mind is Maddie. Maddie Shaves.
I like it.
I do like it.
It's nice.
He makes his own razors as well, and brushes and other things. Does sell a couple of them, but or at least some of them. And so people who can do that it really impresses me. All right, so I'm going to clean up and come back for the alum test, and we'll see if I have any irritation with this. All right, so let's see. Oh, I never give it away, do I? Poker face. Come on, you can tell us. Anything? Oh, here we go. Tiny, tiny bit. Yep, in the spots where I'd expect. So I probably could use a little bit lighter touch and not have any irritation. But again, a very minor amount in those spots is common for me on just about any razor I use. Actually, I have a shave coming up. I finally got a Merkur Progress, and it's one of the few razors I've ever used where I had zero irritation and still had a completely BBS shave. So I was really impressed with that. All right, finishing up with some Stirling Gentleman Splash, aftershave splash. And Stirling Gentleman, if you haven't tried it, is a nice leathery scent, very masculine. I don't know if it's supposed to be a dupe of something or if it's inspired by something, but it's a very nice yeah. And I'm not a huge leather fan, but it definitely has nice it's a, I guess whatever the type of leather it is the type of leather I like the fragrance of. So there you go. And I'm finishing up on top of that with a little bit of the Nivea Sensitive Balm, which I think they call Stubble and Shave Balm. Comes in a metal tin. It's with a screw top, and I put it into that pump because the metal container has a gigantic mouth on it, and you end up pouring a ton of it out. So, but there you go. Nice clean shave. Very comfortable. Just a little tiny bit of irritation, which is not uncommon. And I had a very, very nice, clean, close shave that lasted for, a good 24 hours. Okay, so there we have it. Razor Report and Shave on the SimpleCleanShave SCS Model A. I am very impressed with this razor. Very happy to have purchased it and very proud to own it. I think it's a fantastic made in America option. I love the fact, again, that it's from a small maker or manufacturer or whatever he chooses to be called. And it's for sale on Etsy. I'm certainly not telling anyone what to do, but for, around, I think it's around $45, something like that. Very, very nice quality. And I look forward to owning and using this razor for quite a long time. It really feels solid and like nothing's going to go wrong with it. Oh, I forgot. One of the cool things about this, and it's fun, is that his kids apparently help him do some stuff. So it comes in this nice white box. Okay. And actually, I'll put it back in here so you can see what it looks like. Let's see how it comes packaged. Okay. So you get it, and it's in this nice white box, and you open it up, and it has this frame around it. Okay. And the top of it comes off. Yep. Okay. And it's held in there very, very securely and like suspended. And then right in here, that's actually 5 loose Personna blades, the lab blues, the ones that are made in the United States. So not only do you have them made in the USA razor, but you also get some made in the USA blades. 5 of them actually, which I think is really nice. And the way that this is printed, this little framework, this little bracket, I guess you could call it, this actually holds the blades in with the little arm that protrudes out. It's just really clever, very, very. I just love the idea that, again, you know, he obviously is good with metalworking and can make the razor, but then his kids have a 3D printer and are able to design some really interesting custom packaging like this. Yeah, super cool. Just, you know, one-off stuff, bespoke things that you are never going to see other than in this type of a setting. So anyway, just thought I wanted to share that to you because I had forgotten to do it in the top down. So anyway, all right, that's it for this video. I really appreciate you taking your time, and I know that there's lots and lots of shaving content out there, and you have, you know, tons of choices, and I really appreciate that you choose to spend your time watching my video. And I would certainly love to hear from you if you have any feedback, comments, questions, anything whatsoever in the comments below. If you'd like to, I'm on social media, Instagram, Facebook, all of that good stuff. And I would absolutely like to hear from you. So with that, I'm going to say have a wonderful week, and I will see you again soon in another video. All right, take care. Bye-bye.